Hey, if you were anything like me when I was a bit younger, your search history may have looked a tiny bit like this, that being excluding a couple terms. Now, if this is you, don't fret. Despite what other YouTubers and online articles will tell you, there are plenty of free server hosts, and today I'll be going over the top 5 best free server hosts for your Minecraft server. Now, all of the hosts mentioned in this video will be linked in the video description, so if you see a host that intrigues you, check it out in the video description. Now, with that all out of the way, our number 5 server host in this video is Minefort. Some of the pros of Minefort include a nice, sleek design panel, a custom subdomain, the ability to upload any plugin via an FTP client, the ability to run any commands, and not having to wait to start your server. However, there are some key caveats to note when considering Minefort. The server, like many other free server hosts, turns off after 10 minutes of inactivity, limits accessibility to many settings of the Minecraft server, and most notably, cracked accounts cannot join Minefort servers. Bedrock and Java crossplay is not supported, with honestly any support in general being non-existent over at Minefort. Alongside this, they only have a gigabyte of memory allocated to your server, and they cap your server at 10 players. And finally, Minefort does have quite a lot of ads. However, they can be quickly disabled through the use of an ad blocker. Moving on to our 4th best free server host, we have Aternos. Now, some of the pros of Aternos is the availability of a wide selection of Minecraft server types and versions, an easy to use panel, Google Drive backups for your server, and tons of custom subdomains available. However, again with this server host, there are a ton of disadvantages that you may need to consider before choosing Aternos. For starters, you can't even upload your own custom or non-approved plugins to your server, and your server is limited to around 1.5 GB of RAM and 4 GB of storage. Alongside all of this, your server still does turn off after 10 minutes of inactivity, and there is a long queue to reactivate your server that can take upwards of 15 minutes. And finally, just like the last server host, there are plenty of ads. However, with this server host, it annoys you constantly if you do choose to use an ad blocker, and really makes the experience less enjoyable. Now, our 3rd server host is called Scalacube. Scalacube starts off looking stronger than all of the other server hosts in this listing, with their free package providing 6 GB of server memory, free subdomains, the ability to run just about any Minecraft version, tons upon tons of video tutorials, and 30 GB of storage for your worlds. However, although the numbers on paper seem very promising for Scalacube, their downsides severely outweigh the upsides. For starters, there is a very limited selection of server types that you can choose from, and there is a long setup time to initiate your server. In addition to this, your server has to be renewed every 2 days, or else you lose all of your data. Just like all the other server hosts, Scalacube also stops your server after around 10 minutes of inactivity. However, even alongside this, Scalacube also provides no access to the files on your server and no console access either, making this server extremely limited for users wanting to do more than just play vanilla Minecraft. Our number 2 server host on this list is Minehut. Minehut also starts off looking pretty strong, with their panel looking very sleek and super easy to understand. Alongside this, you can upload any plugins that you'd like, change the MOTD of the server, make a backup, and even grow your own server within the Minehut community, with you having the option to promote your Minecraft server for free to other users also using Minehut. However, like all the server hosts on this list, there are some cons. For starters, the physical specs of this server are pretty weak, with this server running on 1 GB of server memory, and since your Minehut server also shares a CPU with all of the other servers in your node, the performance of your server is also dependent on how many players are also currently using Minehut services. Also, your server is limited to 10 players, with your server hibernating after 10 minutes of inactivity. And finally, the final major downside with this would be the fact that since Minehut runs behind their own proxy server, or at least for their free plan, you cannot join your server with a cracked Minecraft account. And finally, our number 1 free Minecraft server host is Freemcserver. Now, Freemcserver starts off looking very strong, with their services offering something that no other server host on this list does: 24/7 server hosting. That's right, you can actually run your server for free and have it online 24/7 with this server host. Alternatively, if you don't mind having your server turn off after a while, you can go for a higher memory option, which allows you to run more plugins or mod packs on your server. They also provide free subdomains, a backup slot, complete file access, the ability to add any plugin that you'd like, templates to set up your server fast, even an Android app that allows you to control your Minecraft server, and much, much more. Now, even with this server host, there are some downsides. For starters, there are a ton of ads, and ad blockers are not only detected by this website, but if you use them, you take the risk of being banned from their services. Alongside this, sometimes their services run out of stock, and people are unable to run their servers 24/7. However, the high memory option is almost always available. But yeah, this was the top 5 free server hosts that are still available in 2022. Hopefully, I helped you all out a little bit in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.